Hi all and welcome back to the Spruce-Gate modeling. So we'll start with some wire armatures for our base. These will be our trees, or one type. 15 looped wires and a paintbrush. We just twist it up so we've got a nice little trunk there. Then we bend off some branches, twist them in a similar fashion. One or two, maybe three, so that you can split them off afterwards. And you just bend them with pliers or the paintbrush, whatever you find most fitting. Make sure that they're pretty tight in there. So there's one branch done, there's two, and you just kind of continue doing this until you have what you want. If you want, you could add more, thicker trunk, more branches. You might want to make it a little taller then. So I'm going to be getting rid of some of the wire texture here. This is casting epoxy, not something that's often used here, but yeah, 2-part resin casting epoxy, and I'm just going to paint it on here. Make sure you use a brush you don't care about. This will ruin a brush. I have one brush that I've set aside for all of this. Alright, so we're done with that, and we're going to be moving on to the next type of tree, which is all natural materials. You'll notice, first of all, that some of these, this is just a stick, and some of the branches are a bit too long. Snap them off to length, and we're going to be using the remaining sticks to add some more branches. So now we just take some super glue, and we're just going to glue the branches in place. Make sure to follow the pattern of the rest of the armatures on these branches. Just, make sure that it looks pretty uniform. However, do offset it a bit. Honestly, it's nature. There's not a whole ton that's exactly perfectly straight, especially by way of trees. And this will all be covered up by paint, so as long as you don't fundamentally change the way that the tree really seems, you can be a little messy here. So, we'll just leave that there for drying. Alright, so one more branch and we'll be done with that. And that'll be about it for basic trees, minus painting. But now we're going to be attaching them to the base. Just apply super glue to the bases of the trees and then just push them firmly against the base. Realistic spacing. So now we're going to be putting down some plane debris, which is literally just pieces of the model that I clipped off during some weathering phases. And I'm just roughed those up and glued those down. We're also going to be putting down a few sticks here because a plane crashed in the woods. It's going to have broken a few branches. And with the size of the crash site, odds are it ran over a tree or two. So, I'm going to be pretty generous here. And, all shapes and sizes. I also made sure to break some branches off of the trees that I've put down in places that make sense, facing toward the crash site, so that it might look like the plane hit that. Didn't take the whole tree down, but, messed with the branch pretty bad. So here, I'm going to be putting down a lot of branches, make it look like it literally ran over a full tree. So that requires some longer branches. I like to try to make them fit the contour of the terrain. Don't really make any sticking straight up or at a really weird angle. Things don't really tend to settle like that. So, yeah, these are, again, literally just sticks from outside. You can go really fancy with model trees. I don't like to. So now we're going to do a quick run over with the wire armatures again. I did another one, and I made another wooden one as well. I put that broken on the ground. So, you're just going to go back over all the metal bits with some of the casting epoxy. Get in some of the creases, just get rid of the wire texture. That really doesn't look good on trees. You can also try to blend it with the base quite a bit. Sometimes your vision and how the roots turn out don't really work as well. The roots are just smaller branches, so they are bendable. But yeah, so far on the base we've done trees, fallen branches, wreckage, contours, gridding. That's just about it for some of the basics. And here we go, our fully primed base, and we're ready to paint. Really exciting. There's been a lot of work that's gone into this base. Can't wait to start. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at the next update soon.